Hello students. For this problem, we will be working with a circle graph. Let's read the problem together. Mr. Gonzalez conducted a survey over the favorite subjects at a school. The circle graph below shows the results. The total number of people Mr. Gonzalez surveyed was 140 students. How many students chose reading as their favorite subject? So the question is asking, how many students chose reading? So now that we have circled or underlined, in my case, highlighted the important information, also we want to make sure that we box in that question. We make sure that we know exactly what they're asking us for. They're asking us about reading. So this section right here is very important. Okay, so now we're going to elaborate and we're going to use this graph to find some important information that I have and that I need. So as I noticed in the question, they are asking about reading. But when I look at reading, I notice that there is not a number. So let's remember that when we have a circle graph, the total is always 100%. So to find the percentage for reading, it would be the percentage that is left after we have added all of the other subjects together. So we have 30 plus 20 is 50%. And let's just add them all over here. We have 30 and 20 and 10 and 25 for science. So together, that's 85%. So we said that the circle graph is 100%. So 100% minus 85% that has already been used for other subjects will leave us with 15%. So we can put 15% here, and we can also check if we add 15% now, we should get the total of 100. Okay, so now that we have the number that I need to help me answer this question, so since we have a percent, I am going to work with my percentages. Okay, so I like to make a box. Now in this box, I'm going to put what is the part and what is the total. Also, I have two types of numbers that I am dealing with. I have numbers that are percents, and I have numbers that in this case represent students. So I'm going to just put here REG for regular numbers. Okay, so here where I put percents, we're always going to put percentage number. And there is one number that we are always going to know. The total percent for the entire circle graph. Remember what we said that was? 100%. So the total for percentage will always be 100% when we're dealing with a circle graph. Now the percentage that we want is the part that we are interested in. So in this case, we are interested in reading. We are interested in the reading part. So the part that is for reading is this section right here. And that is 15%. Now we have some other. Let's look back at the story problem. One of the things that we highlighted was the total. The total number of people Mr. Gonzalez surveyed was 140. So we have a total, but that total is not in percent. It is a regular number. So we are going to put that here. So that leaves us with the regular number for the reading part. And that's what they're asking us. They're asking us how many students. So we don't know. That's our X. So now we're going to use our cross products to solve this proportion that we have here. So let's look at the proportion that we have. We have x over 140 is equal to 15 over 100. So if I cross multiply 15 times 140, we will get 2,100. And that is equal to x times 100, which is 100x. So now we have a one-step equation. 2,100 is equal to 100x. That is our one-step equation. So remember, when we are solving an equation, we want the x to be isolated, to be alone. But here it's not alone. It has a coefficient of 100. So we are going to divide by 100. But whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other in an equation. So now 100 divided by 100 is 1, and we're left with x, all alone, isolated, just the way we want it. And here we have 2,100 divided by 100. Notice that we have multiples of 100 here. And so I could divide both of these by 100. Then we can see that we would have 21 over 1. And that would be 21. So another way I like to look at it is, as I am dividing by tens, hundreds, I can remove those zeros because I am dividing by 100 in the numerator and I am dividing by 100 in the denominator. So that's 21 divided by 1, which will give us 21. So x equals 21. Now remember, x is a regular number because 15 was a percent. So we do not expect our answer to say 21%. We expect it to say 21 students because it said how many students. And we have answered that question with x, which is 21 students. So as we look at our answer choices, we find one that matches. We have B. How many students chose reading as their favorite subject? 21 students chose reading as their favorite subject. That would be 21 out of a total of 140 students.